Jim Beaver!
What's happening?
G.
Jim. All right, give me a G. Give me a G. Okay. Okay.
We did it.
I thought it was an A.
Well, maybe we'll do it.
Let's do a name. Do a name.
We'll do it now.
All right, Jim, could you leave so we can bring you back out? Yeah, thanks, man. Sorry. We're just working out the kinks.
If you need one, I got a key in the car.
Yeah, well. That's a really good joke, Jim.
All right, ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, he's an actor. He's a gentleman and a United States Marine. It's Jim Beaver. Jim, you got a haircut.
Oh!
Jim got a haircut. It looks great.
Jim Beaver, everybody!
Well, good. Did you trim up for something other than just presentation? I mean, you really kind of, you're freshly shorn.
But you had long hair. Right?
Yeah, man, he was a hippie.
Yeah, well, I got a different job.
Hey,
There we go, all right. Nice going, Jim.
Yeah.
What are you, can you tell us? What are you working with?
Yeah. DGI Fridays?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm in the prep shit.
Real strict on the hair follicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, decent tip.
You don't have the hairnet, just cut it all off. Jim Beaver, everybody.
Go away, little naked man. Hello, widgets. First things first. I guess you're wondering why I called you here. That joke's almost as old as I am. Austin. I grew up near here. Dallas. What is it? 100 miles? 200 miles?
Yeah.
3 hours. The way you travel. Yeah. Yeah, Austin's cool, except in the summer, which it is now. At least they've got it turned down to sub-zero here, so that's good. Anyway, I'm glad to be back in Texas, mainly, and I have lots of family here, but they're all dead, so I'll just have to make a new family. Hi, guys. So, what's up? This is fascinating. I'm just going to go straight into questions because I have no interesting stories to tell on my own. And you will find that I have no interesting stories to tell when people ask me questions. So, anyway, hi.
Hi, Jim. First, I'd like to say we'll all happily be your family.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It'll be an improvement over the summer.
My question is, would you rather have a third eye or a third arm?
Well, that got rid of most of it. Must be Misha photo ops. Yeah, schedule them during my... Would I rather have a third eye or a third arm? I would much rather have a third arm because I could carry more crap out of my garage to the dumpster. And I already see way too much. You got in line for that question, huh? Thank you, darling. I know that there are some people out there who actually third eyes are very significant to them, and I don't want to do anything to offend the third eye community, but I'm going with arms. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, you probably get this question a lot, but what is it like, sorry, words not working.
I know the feeling.
What was it like watching Jared and Jensen basically grow older with you, and like how they're basically your family, like what is that feeling, and like what is it like, you know?
At my age, nobody younger looks like they're getting older. They all look like they're getting younger. Well, you know, when you're in the middle of it, when you're doing the work, you don't really notice it. It's kind of like your family. You don't really notice it until everybody sits down for one of those horrible, let's look at all the old pictures nights. And then you go, holy God, they were all babies. And I've been watching the show for the first time, and oh my, they're like in daycare. And what was weird was that 15 seasons, they never stopped acting like they were in daycare. So, you know, it's when you're right there working every day together, you don't really notice it. But boy, when you go back and look, it's substantial change. They have Jared and Jensen have both learned, I guess, from my watching me, how to grow a beard. And it took them 15, 20 years, but they've come along. And I don't know, I'm hoping to get them to walk upright soon. Thank you. Hello.
Hello. I don't know if it's morning or not. I'll say good morning anyway. So my name's Elena.
Right on the cusp.
Oh, great. My name's Elena. I'm also from the DFW area. So I wanted to ask if there were any like storylines or scenes that you acted out or even witnessed in shows you've been that have just really resonated with you and what way?
All of the kissing ones except one. Let's just say, despite my own physical appearance, I'm anti-stubble. Apologies to the stubble community. You know, boy, there's a lot. There's I had a scene on a show called Deadwood. Thank you. Where I had to propose to a woman, and that scene was so full of emotion and good writing and fairly brilliant acting. And yeah, that one has really resonated with me over these years. The truth is, there's so many, and I got to do a lot of them on Supernatural. There's stuff in Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid that sticks with me really deep. And there's stuff in Weekend at Bobby's and Death's Door and many of the other episodes where I was the main person to pay attention to. I like that. Thank you, darling. Hello.
Hi. In season 7, Death's Door, the character Bobby's original send-off, he has the line, as I'm sure you know, that he adopted 2 boys and they turned out great. If, in your estimation, if the character Bobby hadn't had to respect John's position as their father, how would he have parented them differently?
He'd have beaten them like a yellow dog. I don't know that he would have treated them any differently. I don't think Bobby said, oh, how would John do this? Or what would John think about this? Bobby just does what Bobby thinks is right. And I don't think it would have been all that different. I don't know, it might have changed the dialogue in a few episodes here and there, but I think it would have been pretty close to the same treatment.
I might clarify then. I mean, parented them differently than John did.
How would he have parented them differently than John did?
Yes.
He'd have been there. I think that's a substantial difference. Yeah, I think John was a good man, and a terrific hunter, but I could have shown him a thing or two about parenting. Thank you. Hello.
Jim, I would love to know, is there a type of role that you haven't gotten to play in your career that you'd really like to play?
Type of role? I don't know, Indiana Jones? Bridget Jones? I don't know. For the most part, I like most of the stuff that comes my way. And the ones with the most prominence and the largest paychecks are the ones that appeal to me most. But I don't mind showing up for 45 minutes and leaving because my part is done. So, because more time at home, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for the next job. You know, I think every guy feels like he'd like to be the guy in an action adventure thing or a Western or a science fiction thing. You know. But there's a lot of Shakespeare I have yet to do that I want to do. So I've got a wide range of roles that I would like to do. And if anybody's hiring, boy, that's right. Oh, there's people all the way back here. Okay. Thanks for all showing up. Thank you. Hello. Oh, hello.
Hey, Jim.
Hi.
So my question is, well, I just want you to talk about your time on Psych.
Psych. Psych was a TV show, and I got to do one episode. We shot it at the same place where Sam gets stabbed to death at the end of season 2. That's spoiler, sorry. You guys probably aren't up to the end of season 2. Yeah, we shot at the same location, and it's the same location where Sam and Dean went back in time to the Old West. It's a place east of Vancouver that sort of kind of looks like the Old West, and it was about a murder at a sort of very low budget Western theme park, and I was one of the reenactors or performers named Stinky Pete Gillingham. And everybody kept referring to me as Stinky Feet Gillingham. And the fun thing, there were a couple of fun things about that. One was that the characters would do these mock gunfights and you know, fall off buildings and get shot. And, you know, good wholesome violence. And I was playing one of these characters. Well, I worked my way through college doing exactly that at a Western theme park in Oklahoma City. Well, the Frontier City community is really good. And so the two things I really loved about that, one was working with Tim Amundsen, who who I knew from Deadwood, because after he died, I married his wife. And although I didn't actually know him much from there, I really know him because our kids went to school together, and I would see him every morning, dropping them off. And he got to shoot me at the end of that spoiler alert, at the end of that Psych episode. And the fun part was they had a stuntman there for me to do my fall. And I said, I think I can handle this. And they said, are you sure? Have you ever done anything like this before? And I said, for about 5 years, yeah, every day. And so I took that little fall at the end and fell on my face. And all the stunt guys went, he wasn't lying. He knows how to fall down. I'm even better at it now. So, yeah, I had a great time doing that. I have no idea what the show is about, but I just showed up, said my lines, and fell down. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, I'm Connor. I just wanted to ask, how does it feel to play Bobby Singer across multiple different shows? And how did that conversation come to be? How did it in The Boys be named the exact same?
Well, and I did want to announce that I will be playing Bobby Singer on the new Gilmore Girls reboot. Bobby with an I. You know, I didn't have much to do with it. I showed up on the set of The Boys, and Eric Kripke, that funster, said, guess who you're playing again? And I said, but he's the Secretary of Defense, maybe going to be president. He said, President Bobby. And then of course, you know, I got a little cameo on the Winchesters as Bobby. And when we just wrapped the final season of The Boys, and at the red party, I was talking to Eric, and I said, I don't know what to do now. I've run out of Bobby Singers to play. And he said, as long as I'm making shows, there's going to be a Bobby Singer. And then I asked him who's going to be playing him. So he hedged a bit. But I will play Bobby Singer in just about anything. In fact, they kicked me out of my kids' kindergarten Halloween show because I showed up and started playing Bobby Singer, which was really weird and still scary. Don't ask me questions that make me do this. Thank you. Have that man deported. Hello.
Hi, Joe. I follow you on Letterboxd.
Oh, do you?
I do, and you are a prolific movie watcher and reviewer.
Prolific means a whole lot.
So out of the 159 movies you've already seen this year, what would your recommendation be to a supernatural-loving crowd?
Oh, out of the 100, I've seen 159 this year.
That's what your diary says.
Yeah. You've got my diary? The letterbox diary. Okay. God, we don't want that other thing getting out. See, the problem is, I watch a movie, I review it on Letterboxd, and then I can't remember what I had for breakfast. And so I look back over the past half year, 8 months, and I don't remember seeing anything. No, that's, well, you know, I give them star ratings, so, oh, geez, let me see. Now I'm old. You need a mic.
Do you have a favorite that you've seen?
A favorite what?
Just a personal favorite?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my favorite film is a 1956 Western directed by John Ford called The Searchers, which I've seen about 32,000 times. And one of the actors in it was my roommate for a long time. And I think it's one of the great films of all time. So, The Searchers. 1956, that's before any of your parents were born. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, my name is Avery, and I wanted to know what your favorite improv scene from any of your shows is.
My favorite improv scene?
Yes.
I'm not aware of any. Well, oh, wait a minute. No, when you're working with Stephen Williams, it's all improv. Yes, I do have one, and it involves Stephen Williams, and it was in, and then there were none after, you've all seen it? Yeah. It's that kind of room. In the script, Bobby's got the evil worm in his head, and he stabs Rufus to death. And so we shot the scene, and I stabbed Rufus, and in the script, Rufus falls down dead, which is what you do when you stab him, at least on television. And Stephen said to the camera operator, just keep rolling after he calls cut. So we did the next take, and Stephen got stabbed, and he staggers around, and he falls down, and as he gets almost to the floor, he says, "Oh, Bobby, Bobby, this is way worse than Omaha." And the director came over and said, "Stephen, man, Stephen, that was good, that was good. Okay, we're gonna do one more take and you're already dead." So we don't do a lot of improv on most shows. Most shows are pretty strict about the script, but Stephen don't care. So, thank you. Hello.
Hey, Jim. So, for me, my hardest scene was when you passed away in season 7, episode 10. But for you, dying or coming back at the last season where you say hello to Dean, which scene hurt you the most?
Well, the last scene in the last episode didn't hurt me at all, in the sense that I was really happy to be there, especially since I was the one out of many who got to be there after COVID wrecked the plans for the show, because they were going to bring back everybody. And but because we had to shut down for COVID, they had to revamp all this stuff, and I ended up being the only one who came back, and I was very proud of that, very happy. It was weird because we weren't supposed to hug each other or get close to each other or shake hands, and we didn't all day. And then at the end, we all went, "I don't care if I die," and we all hugged each other. But I did not like dying in death's door. I would have preferred to stick around. I mean, I stuck around, but you know. But on the other hand, getting killed off meant I got to do some really great other shows. And I got to do 4 seasons on Justified, which I wouldn't have been able to do if Bobby hadn't been killed off. So there's an upside. So, my accountant is still crying. Hi.
Hi, my name is Jessie. I'm from Sacramento, California. I'm also quite a cinephile. Love your Letterboxd diaries. I read them as well, of course. And I was wondering, besides Dune, what is your least favorite movie?
Oh, I hate Dune. But it ain't my least favorite. Oh my gosh. It's hard to say because I've seen, if you believe Letterboxd, I've seen nearly 10,000 movies. It's what I do instead of being productive. And several years ago, I read this astonishingly good review of a movie called The Fall. And everything I read about it was, this is a masterpiece. I have to see this. And so it was showing near me, and my friend and I went to see it. And about 5 minutes in, we were looking at each other going, this isn't good. This isn't acceptable. This is awful. Maybe that's some sort of surrealist thing that's gonna, turn into Brazil or something. And it just kept getting awfuler. And it was some of the worst acting I ever saw in my life. And then we just decided to stay to see how awful it could get. And it did. And as we were leaving with our jaws agape, one of the ushers came up and said, we didn't say anything to him. He just walked up and said, we'd like to offer you a couple of free passes so you can come back and see a good movie. They knew. Well, as it turned out, there's another movie with the same title. And we saw that one. And go on Letterboxd or IMDb and read my review, because I have a lot of fun reviewing bad movies. You might enjoy it. So, thank you. Hello.
Hi. So I was wondering, you were a radio operator in Vietnam, and I was wondering what was the craziest thing you heard as a radio operator in Vietnam?
The craziest thing I heard as a radio operator in Vietnam. Well, it was somebody who said, this will be over soon. I didn't pay much attention. My job wasn't to talk or listen. My job was to make sure it stayed on and stayed running. So I didn't hear a lot of traffic on the radio. I heard a lot of strange stuff while I was there, but it wasn't on the radio. Oh, geez. That's a tough one. I'm not sure I've got a good answer for you. It was, I did at one point hear some guy going, oh, mommy, get me out of here. And then I realized it was me, and it was an echo. And mommy left me there. Oh well. No, I don't have a great answer for that, but thank you for remembering that there was a Vietnam War.
I literally would go to people in Walmart who wore the hat and ask questions.
Oh yeah? Cool. Very cool. Thank you. Hello.
My question for you, what's your favorite moment in the Supernatural?
What's my favorite moment in Supernatural?
Yes.
Wow, there's a lot. I don't know, running upstairs and kissing Kim was pretty good. That was, we wanted to get that right, so we practiced, rehearsed a lot. And she kept saying, no more rehearsal, Jim, no more. Which is what I said to Mark. That was a pretty good moment. I really loved getting turned down for dinner by Jennifer Aspen as she stood there covered in wood chipper gunk. Because that scene was kind of funny and a lot of fun to do. So it's hard to, I could list scenes all day that were among my favorites ever in my life. But those two stand out, especially the kissing one. The good kissing one. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, my question is, what was it like working with Michael C. Hall and Dexter? Your role in that show was so opposite end of the spectrum from Bobby Singer, so it's stuck with me for so long. I've been dying to know what it was like on the show.
It was fun. Michael's a good actor. We talked a lot about theater, and I think I was the spoiler. I think I was the only victim on that show to get wrapped up in cellophane with his clothes on, for which you should all be incredibly grateful. And it was great fun getting to play a real bastard. I've played a few in my time, but that one was really. I played a lot of bad guys, but this was a bad guy who was mean to his daughter. You know, it was family bad guy, which is in some ways a lot worse. And I got to play drunk, and I got to get wrapped up in cellophane, which is not all that much fun. Not as much as you would imagine. And then I got dumped overboard in the Gulf of Mexico, which was actually a mattress on the side of the fake boat. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hi, my name is Becky. Nice toss. My name is Becky, and first off, I wanted to say that you really reminded me of my great-grandpa.
Now it's great-grandpa.
That's a better accomplishment than my grandparents.
Started out, you remind me of my boyfriend. You remind me of my uncle. You remind me of my dad. You remind me of my great-grandpa.
But you completely overthrew my.
Have you had a DNA test?
I mean, my last name is Klein. You overthrew my entire original question. What is your dream Shakespeare character?
Oh, well, there aren't many left that I can play now, but I've still kind of got my eye on King Lear. But if age were not an issue, I would love to do Richard III. Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this sun of York, and all the clouds that lowered about our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound up with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. Let me finish. It's a long play. Yeah, I may have to cut it off there. Yeah, I'd love to play Richard. That'd be cool.
And to add on to that, what do you think of the discourse between performing Shakespeare in a Southern accent?
Now's the winner of our discontent glory summer this southern glory. And all the clouds about our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. I don't care. Does the Czech have a southern accent? Thank you, darling. Oh, I'm having fun. I hope somebody out there is.
I don't know if you remember me from Oklahoma City, but
Oh, wait. No, you.
how
Oh,
good was
somebody
that
else.
paycheck from you and Mark?
Say again?
How good was the paycheck of you having to kiss Mark over and over?
Well, you know, you sign up for these things long before they tell you what you're going to have to do. And I was, shall we say, skittish. And then they showed me where I had signed my contract. And there was a little thing down at the bottom that said, you have to do anything we tell you to do, even if it involves kissing Mark Sheppard. And so I asked for a raise, and they say it's coming any day now.
Are you still waiting?
I'm still waiting on the raise. I'm still trying to forget the kiss. However, Mark does not try to forget it. It's on his phone. The man is obsessed with it. You know, when I croak there, it's my stinking tombstone's probably going to say he kissed Mark Sheppard. And Mark's is going to say, I didn't kiss Jim Beaver enough. Thank you.
You're welcome. One more question. When's the wedding?
Sometimes hell freezes over. And thanks for bringing it up. Hello.
Hi, Jim. My name's Scott. I'm asking this question on behalf of a friend that couldn't make it with us, and he's been doing the study, quote unquote, for a while. Do you prefer tres leches cake or soggy cereal? And what whiskey would you prefer to drink with your dish?
Tres leche cake or soggy cereal. I'll go with tres leche cake soaked in Captain Morgan's, I think would be nice. You stood in line for that one, huh?
Like I said, it's on behalf of a friend who couldn't make it.
Yeah, well, you need better friends. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. Which character have you played that you relate to most in your own life? Was Bobby Singer one of them is one of my questions, because I really like the character of Bobby Singer and his personality. And was idiots an improv word, or was that one of the words were actually written in? Because I had never thought that the word idiots would have been like as blown up as what it is. It's a really hot word.
It is hot. But I like to think that's because of who says it. Idjit was in the script, and I tried to talk them out of it. Shows what I know. I just wish I'd trademarked it. What's that? Oh, I know. I just thought it was a stupid Southern word. But, you know, who am I against so many? Yeah, it was in the script, and I thought, I didn't want to say balls either, but, you know, you remember that contract I told you? Yeah. Do what we say, you don't get paid. So, and it, you know, It took off. There was another part of the question. Oh, what characters most
Which character that you've ever played that you most
identify?
relate with in your personal life? Like,
Yeah.
Bobby Singer's kind of like my dad, so I was just wondering if you relate to that character a whole lot, or if there's another character that you played that you really played well, or that you related to.
I play them all well. There are two characters I played for some large amount of time. Bobby Singer and Ellsworth on Deadwood. And I think there's a lot of me in both characters. They're braver and smarter than I am. They're not as good looking, but they're very close to me. And I don't mean that I'm exactly like them, but I know them. I know who they are. I know, I didn't have to stretch a lot to figure out how to play Bobby. For one thing, the lines are written down, so you just say them. But, I read it and went, oh, I know this guy. If I was playing Bridget Jones, it might be a little different. But, those two I think are probably the closest to who I am without being a carbon copy. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, I'm Lily.
Oh, Misha must have finished his photos.
So my question, if you could be any bird, which one would you be and why?
If I could be any bird. I think Tweety. He gets it over on that cat. Or if I just aged myself, anybody know who Tweety is? Okay. Good. Tweety got more claws than I did. Yeah. That's pretty, Or, a vulture picking over the carcasses of my competition. Thank you. Hello. No? Okay. This is the exciting part.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is still Jessie.
What's that?
My name is still Jessie. I thought I asked the question about what your least favorite movie was, but I always get anxious about asking like the same question maybe a million people have asked before. This is my first convention, frankly. So I wanted to ask you, what is a question that you've never been asked before? What would be original?
What's a question I've never been asked before? What time's the next train to Boston? I don't know. My very first convention, about 40 years ago probably, was in Orlando, and somebody stood in line for a good 25 minutes to ask me, which body part would I choose to have stapled to a board? And it's been downhill ever since. Once you've been asked that, there are no questions you haven't been asked. So, I don't know, what time's the next train to Boston? Thank you. Bye.
Hello, I'm Michelle. I was wondering if you had to go up against any monster from Supernatural, which one would you want to today? If you had to face them all.
If I had to face off against any monster, remember the Trickster's Two Hot Girls? bet I could take them. Yeah. I mean, they fought me off while we were shooting it, but I've got my second win now. So, hi.
Hi. I was gonna ask you, what's your favorite ride at Frontier City?
My favorite ride?
Yeah.
Well, Frontier City has grown exponentially since I worked there in the 1970s. And back then, they just had pictures of rides because they couldn't afford real ones. No, they had a train that went around, and I would sit up in the boonies for several hours every day reading books, waiting for the train to come by so I could rob it. It's a living. Thank you.